Week is an exclusive presentation of the Alabama Cable Network in prime time. This live program features guest and legal advice from a variety of sources. Criminal, medical, divorce, bankruptcy, and workers' compensation are just a few of the many topics that will be covered on Legal Speak. Join our host, Thomas Carmichael and Kim Davidson, live on Charter Cable Channel 80 each Thursday night. Now join your host, Thomas Carmichael and Kim Davidson, for tonight's show.
Welcome to Legal Speak. Kim Davidson and I are here again tonight at our Jefferson County studio, we call Union Station, with Legal Speak. Kim, how are you?
I'm good. I spent some time up in your neck of the woods with you this week, Mr. Carmichael.
We actually had court together yesterday.
Walker County is a nice place to practice. I do admire you.
Well, you spent almost the whole day here. I know that you started at 9, and I know you were there when I left at 3.
I was, but Judge Elliott, very calm, patient man. Looking forward to finishing that trial up one day. But we got bigger news here, babe.
Well, tell our viewers.
I mean, usually, you know, we always have a little rant or two to go on, or we always have a little water cooler talk. But tonight, I don't think we ought to do that. What do you think?
No, let's introduce our guest.
Well, our guest tonight, let me just tell you, it's going to be a colorful show. It is the Democrat candidate for the Supreme Court. There's a lot of talk in the newspapers about this campaign for multiple reasons. And over the last couple of months, Harry has been so kind to talk to me and give me his history so Tommy and I would understand where he came from and what he has to offer the citizens of Alabama. So Harry, welcome to Legal Speak.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the invitation and being here tonight.
We appreciate you, and we'll just get right down to it because, Tommy, I was telling you, the first thing I didn't realize is that, I mean, you started the Republican Party in Alabama.
Absolutely. In 1982, former Mayor Emory Fulmer, now deceased, he ran for governor, and I ran, the first lawyer to ever run in the state's history. I ran as a Republican for the Supreme Court versus an individual in a 5-4 contemplated administrative decision to shut down all the night law schools. Okay, this would have put the people of Alabama in a position you would only have members of the Bar Association, lawyers from wealthy families. The working class people of Alabama would not be able to attend law school.
Are you sure you're a Republican then?
No, well, I started off as a Democrat. Things change, okay? And I changed with different circumstances.
We see that happen.
Okay, but in any way, that justice was basically forced to reverse his opinion before they gave it. He did reverse himself. As a result, since 1982, every lawyer that ever graduated the Birmingham School of Law, Jones School of Law in Montgomery, or Miles Law School, owes me their law license. Without me, they would not be lawyers.
Wow, guess we heard that.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
That's the real deal. Well, I know there's a lot of people that I've worked with graduated from Birmingham School of Law, and a lot of those just graduated in recent years. So
Yeah,
I guess
well,
I'll tell them they need to call up
They need to
Harry
get-
Lyon and tell him thank you.
Call up, they need to vote.
Listen, and then send in their $250 contribution, because I set that limit when I qualified. I would not take more than $250 from an individual only. No political action committees, nothing like that, no corporations.
So no PAC money.
Nothing like that. I'm not going to sell myself. I've got a report here. I cannot divulge the name of the person that wrote it. I've discussed it with you in confidence. It has not been published yet in a major legal national publication, all right? It's in my computer. Okay?
And your hands,
It's in my hand. This is the one that was
Tommy may wrestle you for it.
That's fine. And it's in my computer. And this is going to blow the lid off of the bought and paid for Republican Alabama Supreme Court and show with statistics that they're bought and paid for. And of course, the case that stands out for all the people of Alabama is the $3.6 billion that ExxonMobil got away with because of those Republican Supreme Court justices. And the people of Alabama deserve that money. Fraud was proven beyond any degree. Only Sue Bell Cobb, the only Democrat on the court, she affirmed that judgment.
And we love her.
Well, and
Go Sue Bell.
Yes, that's right. And stop and think. What kind of financial straits would Alabama be in today if we'd have gotten justice in the ExxonMobil case? Not those justices getting the millions of dollars that they got to buy themselves a seat and get themselves a $160,000 a year job, and 75% of that's their retirement money. Nobody. We've got the highest paid justices for sale in the state of Alabama.
Well, luckily this campaign hadn't cost as much. We were looking at those numbers, a couple of months ago?
Now, my campaign, that hasn't cost hardly anything. I paid a $3,200 filing fee, and I've spent just a couple $100 in gas money. But it's not going to matter because I do not believe that the people of Alabama, even though we're ranked last in education, I do not believe the people of Alabama, the majority, on November 6th, will return my opponent to the bench after he's already been thrown off the bench for failure to follow a higher court's order. He defied the law himself. He held himself out as above the law. Okay, and so I would never do that, and it's their choice. It's either me or him, and there is no number 3.
That's true.
Well, talk a little bit about, okay, just to get it straight, you were a Democrat, then you, like I said, you were in the grassroots Republican Party.
Grassroots, the very beginning of it.
So, and Tommy and I often, we've had on this show a range of Republican and Democrat judicial candidates that are both qualified. And now I like to think of myself as more of a Democrat, but now I'll vote for Republican judges.
In November, people are going to split their ticket.
I mean, is that something you do, or do you always toe the party line?
No. I don't toe any line.
Okay.
That's why my name is Harry Line. Okay, that's all I toe.
So it would be fair to say that you've split a ballot before.
Yeah, yes, and everybody does in general elections. Well, we had a great judge who ran several years ago named Johnny Rochester. He's a good friend of mine. I don't know if you know Johnny or not. Circuit judge out of Clay-Coosa County.
Yeah.
That's that circuit, that 40th circuit.
He ran for
He ran for the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court, yeah.
Yep, and he got beat, and because he told me, he said every time his bus for justice, wheels run slowly, would stop, and he'd get out to give a speech at these little towns. His opponent always had somebody there to say, "Hey, you're one of those Democrats. You believe in same-sex marriage, don't you, like your Democrat buddies?" And he said that dogged him throughout. He said he tried to explain it to the people, but they didn't want to listen. And that's a direct quote from him from the Birmingham News, if you can believe the Republican Birmingham News. To me, I really felt my faith in God it paid off when I read that the Birmingham Republican News is going out of business. Okay?
Yeah, because John Archibald and you obviously don't have a good
John
relationship.
Archibald.
Now, in fairness, it's not going out of business. It's just cutting down to 3 days.
No. That's a prelude to bankruptcy.
Okay.
Okay. It's going out. It's going out. Okay. Sometimes justice, the wheels run slowly.
Well,
but
you
they're
said
coming
that
out pretty good now.
you're
But John
capping-
Archibald is an admitted crook in his own writings. He's an admitted thief. He tried to blame his bankruptcy on his wife, and that's also in what he wrote about.
Isn't that what all you men do?
I know anything I've done wrong, I think it's somebody else's fault.
Well, that's what everybody's going to say, and how the Birmingham News found him as a writer. Again, go back to all their budget cuts. They had to reach to the bottom of the barrel. Well, hopefully they're paying him enough now where he didn't have to steal anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit.
Just
You
tell the
talked
truth,
about, and I'm with you. Well, we love the truth here on Legal Speak.
Absolutely, legal speak.
You
Tell
said
the
that
truth.
you only take up to $250 from individuals,
that's it,
period. No
period.
PAC money.
No payment.
I mean, do you also, not when you're running, of course, but you contribute to other judges? I mean,
I have made political contributions. We discussed earlier about, or I did with the gentleman that runs the program.
Don Early, who owns this shindig.
Yeah, Bobby Hayes. He and Bobby Hayes, former Mayor Pelham, that's where I'm from. Been living in Alabama all my life. And I donated to every one of his campaigns.
Now, is he a Republican or a Democrat?
Well, when you run for mayor, you don't declare.
Okay.
That rhymes, doesn't it?
It does.
That does rhyme.
You've got to be pretty intelligent to do that. Not that I'm all that intelligent, but...
We all have a bunch of
I did-
Republican judges in Shelby County. So
Yeah.
if you're going to donate down there, you're going to donate to a Republican.
That's if I'm going to donate down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but, there's what in the Democrat Party, they have the Radney rule. And you cannot support any Democrat, any Republican or anybody else, any party, in any form or fashion, financially, help put up one of their signs, anything for a period of 4 years prior to yourself running for office, okay? And my name was taken off the 1994 Democrat ticket when I faced Folsom and I faced Hubbard. And I was the third man in there, but given very little chance to win because Folsom spent $8.1 million, Hubbard spent $6 million. And I reminded them all of this in 2006 when I had to go before a subcommittee, about 100 people, Democrats, and they approved me to run for Democrat office again. I did in 2006 for governor. 7 people ran in the primary. I knew I wasn't going to win that election, but I qualified to run. The one that won without a runoff was Lucy Baxley.
Okay.
And everything.
Now, how many times have you ran? Is it 10?
I ran 10 times prior to this time, like Abraham Lincoln.
I know, that's what I was looking at, Abraham Lincoln. Now, out of the 10 times, what was your party? I mean, how does that divide out?
I don't know. You want me to go from 80 to?
I was just trying to think. When did you come back to the Democrat Party?
Okay, I came back to the Democrat Party. Let's see. I got a letter from President Bill Clinton in 1996.
Did
when
you
I
see
came
that?
back.
I did. I did see the letter from Bill Clinton.
That's my stuff right there. I don't know if that's.
It's yours.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah. Yeah, Bill Clinton. That's that letter you got right there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he thanked me for coming back and helping the Democrat Party. Lord knows the Democrat Party needs it. But I don't agree with everything the Democrat Party and or the Republican Party or any other party. I don't believe it, and neither does anybody else. Nobody believes everything that a party has on a platform.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, unless you're the chairman of that party and you wrote it. Okay. You don't believe in all that.
I think a lot of them pretend to believe it.
Well, they have to have something.
But they're not Harry Lyon.
Well,
No, that's
Harry
right.
Maverick lines is
Well,
what
that's
Bill
right.
Clinton referred
Well,
to.
you
Is that
see
what
it.
it said?
That
Yeah.
Bill Clinton gave me that. Bill Clinton gave me that moniker.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
Maverick.
Maverick. He wrote that on Air Force One. Joe Turnham. That's what Joe Turnham told me when he gave it to me. He said he had heard some broadcast on Air Force One, and he was so excited that a former Republican was joining the Democrat ranks, and that he fired off that letter.
The more we talk to you, Harry, the better I understand the term maverick.
That's
I
right.
know.
Well,
Is that not the truth?
Absolutely.
cannot be bought, cannot be paid for.
There you go. We got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more word from our esteemed guest, Harry Lyon.
Maverick Lyon.
Harry Maverick Lyon, who's running for the Democratic seat, well, not Democratic seat, but he's running as a Democrat for the Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court.
Here at the Charter International Dateline facility, scientists have 1 foot in today and 1 foot literally in tomorrow to bring Charter customers the latest thing. Oh, it's Casual Friday over here. Like switching your phone service from AT&T, Verizon, or CenturyLink, Charter guarantees to cut your phone bill in half. Speaking of cutting things in half, where's the rest of those pants?
Do you need furniture? Sides Furniture in Dora has incredible deals for you. Does your furniture make people say, wow? Sides Furniture has the North Shore Collection, specially priced just for you. This group has a rich traditional design and exquisite details that come together to create the ultimate in grand style. And all upholstery features luxurious top quality leather. Select your new furniture today and save big by purchasing at Sides Furniture in Dora. 110% guaranteed low price, or visit them online at sidesfurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Tommy. And I'm Kendall. Hey, we want to invite you to watch on Channel 80 ACN for the Southern Gospel Show.
Each and every Sunday right here on Alabama Cable Network from 7:30 to 8:30 for the very best in Southern gospel music.
We'll be looking for you.
It's the ride that golden train. Now there's a real
I'm out to talk to court reporters.
Welcome back to Legal Speak. Thomas Carmichael, Kim Davidson, and Harry Lyon here having a very engaged conversation. Harry is running for Alabama Supreme Court. as a Democrat against Roy Moore. Tell us about Mr. Moore. Have you spoke with him about the race?
You mean soon to be no more?
Soon to be no more.
Soon to be no more. But he's got his legal foundation. You see, that rock of his has made him millions of dollars. I'd like,
Well, I notice you carry your Bible, just not
yeah, I've got
the
my
Ten
Bible.
Commandments.
See, I've got my Bible, okay? And also, as a symbol of my religious beliefs, I also carry around, hold on one second, I'll get it out of this
I don't
pocket.
know what's in that pocket. I'm
You don't-
getting scared.
Getting
I'm
scared?
not scared.
Well,
I'm not scared of Maverick.
you won't be scared. Hold on a
Maverick.
second. Okay, hold on a second.
That's Miles Law School, Law Day.
Yeah, it's law day. I had to pay for those tickets. You have to pay for everything here except for this. You don't have to pay for this.
Oh, wow.
See?
You can't
See?
get through a metal detector with that.
Well, yeah. In the afterlife, there are no metal detectors.
I got you on that.
Okay? So, he may believe in the Old Testament. I believe in both of them. But, that's my monument. Okay?
I hear you.
Speaks loud.
Doesn't it speak loud?
It sure does.
So those folks out there that listen to this show, if you believe in the New Testament, not just the Old Testament like my opponent, I would appreciate your voting for me, a conservative Christian. Thank you.
All right, let's go back to something you just told Tommy and me, and you said it in the papers before. Your first act, assume you are Supreme Court Justice.
Well, I
Tell
will
us
be.
what the havoc you would love to wreak on the legislature.
First of all, okay, it's not havoc. It's following the law.
I'm with you.
Okay, now.
Good call, Maverick.
There's I just like to, normally in an interview, I don't read anything. You don't see me with notes. Unlike Obama, I don't use teleprompters. But unlike Newt Gingrich, I don't have 3 wives either.
You'd be hard pressed to find a teleprompter in here, so you're going to have to read
I was like,
something.
we're used to
Okay.
winging it here on Legal Speak.
I understand. Unlike Rick Perry, I can remember A, B, and C.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, this is what we have to deal with. The Alabama Constitutional Article 6, Section 149, administration. This comes straight out of the Alabama Constitution. Very short, very simple. Let me read this part. Adequate and reasonable financing for the entire unified judicial system shall be provided. As members of the profession, you know what shall means.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
we got it.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
That's correct.
Go to
Okay.
jail if you don't.
Yeah, that's right. Go to jail if you don't. Adequate and reasonable appropriations shall be made by the legislature. And where should they go if they don't?
The
Jail.
jail.
That's right. Okay.
For the last time Roy Moore didn't follow a court order, he
Yeah,
went.
yeah. Well, this time the legislature's gonna, say for
Which is the contempt of court that you and I relate to
That's
in
right.
divorce cases. If you don't pay your child support, you go to jail.
exactly.
If you don't fund the court system,
You go to jail.
go to jail.
That's right. And
So who puts them in jail? You?
yes.
Maverick?
No, the chief judicial officer of the state of Alabama has that responsibility. So far, we've not had anybody, due to political reasons.
With the kahuntas to do it.
Right.
Right now, that would be Luther Strange. Is that correct?
I don't know. As Folsom said about him, there's something strange about him. Okay, now.
I'm just trying to identify who the
I
chief
understand.
executive officer is.
Well,
That'd be Luther, right?
Yeah, no, that's the chief
He's the
justice.
chief law enforcement
Yeah, he's chief law
officer.
enforcement. Okay, but
Yeah.
I would be the chief individual that makes sure that the law is applied when it comes to the Alabama Constitution
Okay.
and the legislative branch of government. See, this is what people don't take into account. The judicial system is a branch of government, not a department of transportation, not a department. They can cut appropriations on them if they want to.
Right.
Okay, it is illegal to cut appropriations under the Constitution of Alabama to the unified judicial system. Let me just finish this. For the entire unified judicial system, okay, the legislature shall receive recommendations for appropriations for the trial courts from the administrative director of courts. That's the AOC.
Right.
Administrative office courts, okay, and for the appellate courts from each such court. So, day I take office, a letter will go out immediately, hand delivered to the presiding judge of the Court of Criminal Appeals, the Court of Civil Appeals, and notices will be given to every member of the Alabama legislature. They will be served, okay, and then they will be given a copy of this, and they will be told to show up at a certain time in the Supreme Court Judicial Building, the Judicial Building, and show cause why they should not, for the appellate judges, not for them to show cause, but for them to let me know how much money do you need for your courts, for your part, according to the Constitution.
Yeah.
The AOC be called in, how much money is needed for everything else. Okay, those figures will be added up. So then I'll do that first. Then the legislature will be sent their notices with how much money has to be provided to follow their duties under the Alabama Constitution.
Okay.
Okay, and if it is not provided within whatever period of time I deem reasonable at that time, when the legislature goes into session in February, I get sworn in January. This is going to be the first thing I'm going to deal with, okay? And whatever reasonable time that is, they'll have a chance to, number one, pass the law and see to it that these funds are provided. That's the end of the game if they do that. There's no reason to go any further. If they don't do it, then in that event, they're going to be given due process of law, and then I will provide my due process of law.
Well, I suggest you do it in 100 days. That's what the grade the president says is first
That's
100
it.
days in office.
Yes.
That's the best.
It's a little more than 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I mean,
we
I
got to
won't-
get to this. This is killing me. All right, Harry, it's time.
Okay.
What is it like on the Hollywood thing, like rumor or not? I'm looking at a picture that we're going to show our viewers. Now, the rumor was that you put chocolate syrup on a man's car. He got angry, and as a result, he shot you in the neck.
He lied about that.
Okay, that was the rumor.
Right.
All right, we're going to let you tell your story in just a second.
I appreciate that.
And as a result, we have a picture of the man who shot you.
Yes.
Or wait, the man who shot you.
Yes.
Now there's a no trespassing, get the message. This is the man that shot you that's dead.
Yes.
What is the no trespassing, get the message?
Well, I had a friend of mine that took that photograph.
Uh-huh.
Okay. He thought it'd be funny to put that on the bottom of that and try to sell them as truck stops. It was his idea. He gave
You're
it to
kidding.
me. No, he said this would make a lot of money.
He tried to sell these?
Yeah. I don't know if he ever did or not. He had a whole bunch of them made, and he thought it'd be great to take truck stops. They could put on their windows.
Did they ever hang from a tree?
The sign?
This ever hang from a tree?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That was another rumor. So now tell our viewers, so they don't think Maverick's off the chain.
No.
That you didn't pour syrup on this man's car.
We're going to get to the evidence that I'm not off the chain too, aren't we?
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
We've got evidence.
We got evidence.
Evidence, and
Okay.
we've been approved to give the
unequivocal evidence that the state
Exactly.
bar has. Okay. Now, what this man did, I was in the hospital for a month in that condition. Okay. I couldn't talk. My vocal cords were blown out with a .38 caliber bullet. Okay. I did not even know what, if anything, he was saying. He bonded out on jail with a $200,000 bond, and so his excuse was that he said that I've been a diabetic for years even prior to this. Anything sugary is not
your friend.
Not my friend. Okay, and he came out and he said, well, I shot him because I came out at 1 o'clock in the morning and on my parking pad at a townhome complex, I saw him pouring syrup on my car. That was his quote out of newspaper articles that I didn't read for a month.
And you're in this condition, so
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in that condition. I'm not reading newspapers. Does that look like a good condition to read? You can't even watch TV in that condition.
No.
And you can't talk. You can't respond. And nobody's telling you anything except keep breathing. Keep breathing. That's what the nurses kept telling me. Okay, which was very difficult to do at that time. So when I get out of the hospital and everything, it took a couple of years for the trial to ever come up. I explained that no, I did not do this, and evidently he did it. In fact, an interesting sideline to that is that he was so whacked out of his mind when he shot me that he put the syrup on a neighbor of his car. He didn't even put it on his own car.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was never even put on his car.
And all
But I mean, he
that-
did it. He did it. And that was his. And he was acquitted by a jury.
Well, and now we were kind of joking earlier. You've been in the Marines, but you've been shot twice.
Right.
This time, and then obviously when you were 17.
When I was 17, we'll just chalk that up. I did not have a weapon either time.
So you've been shot twice when you didn't have a weapon.
That's correct.
That
Harry,
makes-
that's bad luck.
Well, I don't know. It makes you almost bulletproof.
Well, you know, I'm still here, aren't I?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
There's a reason you survived the neck shot, I'm assuming, to run for office.
If nothing else, you survived
would-
till you could get here on Legal Speak. We got to take a break here.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
ask you more about this gunshot when we get back.
Okay.
You need furniture? Sides Furniture in Dora has incredible deals for you. Does your furniture make people say, wow? Sides Furniture has the North Shore Collection, specially priced just for you. This group has a rich traditional design and exquisite details that come together to create the ultimate in grand style. And all upholstery features luxurious top quality leather. Select your new furniture today and save big by purchasing at Sides Furniture in Dora. 110% guaranteed low price, or visit them online at sidesfurniture.com.
Watching, waiting for something to amaze me. That's when it happened. Right in front of me.
You haven't seen it until you've seen it in Charter HD. Call now to add Charter HD for only $5 more a month and watch all your favorite programs in HD. Charter, let it all in.
Hi, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Kendall.
Hey, we want to invite you to watch on Channel 80 ACN for the Southern Gospel Show.
Each and every Sunday right here on Alabama Cable Network from 7:30 to 8:30 for the very best in Southern gospel music.
We'll be looking for you.
It's the glide, ride that glory train. Now there's a real train.
Welcome back to Legal Speak. Kim Davidson and I have our esteemed guest, Harry Lyon, who's running for the Supreme Court of Alabama as a Democrat.
Chief Justice.
Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Alabama. That is very important because that is the person who makes the designation as to, actually the Chief Justice doesn't write all the opinions.
That's right.
They delegate out to the other judges.
That's right.
Who should be kind of the headmaster of a particular case.
Particularly, yes, that's
Who are
correct.
all Republicans right now, right?
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, and again, go back to the Exxon case where the people of Alabama were cheated out of $3.6 billion. We could have built a lot of schools with that money.
That's right. I've complained about that case a couple of times on here that was basically a jury delivered a verdict that much money should be awarded.
Right.
And it went to the Supreme Court and it was just reversed. And a lot of people have questioned that opinion.
Well, I mean, when you look at somebody with the credentials of Sue Bell Cobb who said no, the judge in the case handled it appropriately. The jury rendered a fair and just verdict, and it should be affirmed. And the outside of Alabama would not be in a financial crisis today, and a great miscarriage of justice would not have occurred had the 8 Republicans not kept their wink, nod, or whatever you want to call it, and Don Siegelman can talk to you about that. But, they reversed, and as I said, in this paper that'll be published in a couple of weeks, okay? This is going to be something that every Republican in office right now